Hey Cancerians, how y'all doing? Welcome. We are going to be doing your first half of September general reading here. We're going to start off with some animal energy and then get right into the cards. Your meditation, I saw a duck, which represents fertility, playfulness, innocence, the water, obviously. And I also a reversal of the chakras, where your lower chakras were up top and your higher chakras were down low. So it felt like everything was in reverse or backwards. And I saw this little duck trying to walk on its head and then needing to take a nap with a little bandage on its head because it got a crick in its neck. So feels like there's a lot going on for you guys right now. Let's see what's happening. My Cancerians for first half of September. Whoa. Okay, we got two and they're both lining up beautifully. So we got the turtle and the tarantula. So the turtle is about slow movement. And I was gonna say that too. It feels like you're adulting very hard. Like you're adulting really hard. And there's this call to kind of like, maybe just like take a pause, slow it down, and maybe become reacquainted with those more innocent or childlike aspects of life, of your person, of your surroundings, right? Feels like there needs to be a super shot of joy here. Because then we have the tarantula, which is, these are two animal energies that denote slow movement. I do feel like this is your advice as opposed to what's actually going on, because I feel like you're not very slow at the moment. I feel like there's a lot going on. The tarantula is a very unsure and insecure energy. Okay, and the turtle is very slow, carries its home on its back. The turtle beautifully represents Cancerians for me, especially in this context, because you guys are the sign of the home and hearth, right? And the turtle carrying its home on its back, home is wherever this turtle sits, and that's very much the feeling of Cancerians for me, right? But you do have two animal energies here that speak of, earth and fire, that speak of, slower pace and getting your bearings and becoming a little more sure-footed and grounded. And I feel like that's the thing. It's like a call to get grounded. Let's see what's going on for y'all. Okay, they're telling me to do something that I never do, but I'm not going to ignore. They are telling me, Spirit is telling me to get an oracle. Usually I get an oracle at the end, but they're telling me to get it first, so I'm going to do it. I don't normally love doing things in reverse, and you know what? And I did see in your meditation that that the duck was walking on its head and that everything was reversed. So I guess this is the reversal reading or something. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. You can't see it. Oh, interesting. So we have speeches and speaking. You have important messages to deliver that can help others. Gorge. You have important messages to deliver that can help others. Okay, let's pull some cards here and see how that comes into play. Speeches and speaking. Okay, let's see what's going on for my Cancerians. How funny. Started with an oracle. Okay. So we've got the Nine of Swords. So this is a lot of mental tension here. This can denote nightmares, being kept up at night, waking up randomly in the middle of the night. This is, not so fun, this energy here. I get the feeling that there's a lot of pressure on you right now, and it could be financial, it could be emotional, it could be self-induced pressure, or it could be external pressures from your external surroundings that are coming at you right now. But I do feel like there's just a lot of expectations of you. And this could be expectations you have of yourself. But I also feel like for a group of you, these are some expectations that are being placed on you. There's this feeling of feeling very far away from home. And we could be talking about home in the sense of like home is where the heart is. You could be feeling kind of separated from what your heart desires or separate from your end goal. Like your end goal seems really far in sight because they're pointing out this castle in the distance that just seems very far from where this lady is right here. Okay, let's keep going. Ooh, 2 for 1. I'm all about it. Okay. So you got 2 major arcanas here. So you have the Hermit, Virgo energy. You could absolutely have Virgos around you. You know, this is such a gorgeous energy right here because, you know, the Hermit is an active going within, right? This is separating yourself from all external stimuli, going inside of yourself with some peace and quiet on your own. Separate, because this is the Hermit represents the empath. Okay, the empath is someone who feels others' emotions as their own, which can be very, very intense. So this is about separating yourself from others' energies, keeping your energy your own to reach enlightenment or heart satisfaction or just to get grounded. And I feel like that's huge for you guys. Grounding, grounding, grounding. I'm drawn to these tree roots and everything that I saw in your meditation. But I feel, remember when I said that there feels like there's a lot of expectations on you, whether you're putting them on yourself or whether they're coming towards you externally? It feels like there's a lot going on and the need to like go quiet, go within, or just take some time out from your usual routine or usual people and just have your energy, sit with your energy and let it be your own. You got to fill your own cup up before you can offer it to anybody else. That's very much what this feels like, because guess what's on the other side of this? The Chariot. This is you. This is your card coming up here in your own reading. Imagine that. So the Chariot is fast forward movement that is balanced and calculated. And I mean calculated in a very positive way, right? Getting onto the Chariot, you know, you denote how balanced and, you know, fluid this journey's gonna be. If you get onto this Chariot without going into Hermit mode first and really getting your energy in alignment and with grounding yourself, especially if anyone watching this is an empath, then you could get on that Chariot with, and they could have a broken spoke and be weeble wobble all the way, breaking down on the side of the road, coming up here. And I'm talking about the Chariot of your goals and your life purpose is what I'm really talking about. But there is this sense here of like, okay, you're in a 9 of Swords, you got some mental tension, you have a lot of expectations going on, a lot of stress. I feel money stress for some of you, okay? Also something to do with the throat chakra. Needing to say something or something that hasn't been communicated. Also going back to the speeches and speeching aspect of this. It feels like something, I feel nervous, I feel like my tummy's going, I feel like my throat's constricted. Just something that hasn't been spoken or expressed. I feel like for some of you this could be family, others this could absolutely be like interpersonal relationships. It feels like a lot that you're holding a lot in. And it's kind of like, okay, go within, separate your energy from external stimuli and get you know, clear on what is yours and what isn't yours. And then you're going to come out the other side of it, you know, into that Chariot, fast forward movement ahead and in alignment, right? Whenever I'm reading for a sign and their own card comes out in the reading, that is a signal to me that they have an opportunity to get into full alignment, which is really, really beautiful. And I split the deck and I got the Chariot again. Gorge. So let's get a clarifier for this 9 of Swords here. I really feel like I'm speaking to some empaths here. I really do. 9 of Swords. To the Page of Swords. So swords for swords. So Page of Swords is an offer of communication. It's the initiating of communication. This is the initial beginnings of a truth that you may have just realized or about to just realize. You could also have a nightmare that awakens you to some truth that needs to be inspected or at least looked at by you in some way. Do you feel like there's going to be information that's revealed to you in dream time? Okay? Either that or it's something that you already darn well know needs to be spoken or communicated, and it's keeping you up at night because you are hesitant, like the tarantula, or you're moving a bit slow, might even be procrastinating on communicating whatever this is. Let's get a clarifier for the Hermit. Ah, Suki Suki. So we got the Eight of Wands, and I'm absolutely obsessed with this. So the number 8 is about financial prosperity and abundance. The Eight of Wands is about traveling, messages, incoming, outgoing messages and communication. It's also going from one state of being and ascending upwards into another. So this is very much connecting with your guides and your higher self for me as well, and your celestial team. You have important messages, and this is about messages, to deliver that can help others. You know, part of this hermit mission for you may be also that you're going inside to realign your purpose with what you're actually here to do. Right? Like, what's your sole purpose? What are you actually here to do? Do you belong in the service industry? Is there something that you need to speak that could help people around you, whether it's friends, family, or, you know, the public, right? There's something I'm telling you about the throat chakra. Definitely. But going into Hermit is going to upward ascend you. This is all about connecting with your guides. And this is the best thing that you could possibly do, especially because it's clarified by the Eight of Wands here. So upward movement and ascension, and then you have the Chariot on the other side of this as well, which is just gorge. So let's go ahead and get a clarifier for the Chariot here. Why don't we though? Yay! Ooh, weirdy. So we got 2 majors. To clarify, a major, you have a lot of majors here, a lot of majors. So we have the Magician, first of all, which is about using all the tools at your disposal to manifest the life that you desire, right? It's about being master of your own destiny, right? And moving ahead, you know, swiftly towards that, you know, sense of purpose. I just feel like you need to, you know, just be on your own for a little bit. Worry about yourself, realign your energies, stay in what's yours, then you can come out the other side, you know, full speed ahead. Then you also got the Death card, but it came up in reverse. We have Scorpio energy here. So the fact that it's the Magician with the Death card, which is about, you know, endings that lead to renewals, and it's clarifying the Chariot, I'm really getting this sense that you're being asked to really look at what is working and what is not working in your life and in your atmosphere. Which of your relationships are not reciprocal in nature? Are you overgiving or are you overtaking? Are you giving as much as you're receiving? Are you receiving as much as you're giving? I feel like it's time to really look at that within yourself. By the way, when you have a lot of major arcanas, this denotes destined events. If you see minor arcanas and there's something you don't like, you can change it. But this whole thing with the tarantula and the turtle, there's this thing about 2 T's too. A lot of this, you know, in the speeches and speaking, it really feels like there's a dragging of feet or a feeling insecure and unsure about making a move around something. Whether that's making a change or speaking a truth or pulling more weight or pulling less weight, putting the responsibility. You know, I feel like you're either carrying too much weight for yourself, or you could use to carry a little bit more and pull your, you know, do your share. It's either one. It really, really is. I'm tending more towards maybe the overdoing it a little bit, but it's really going to be different for everyone because it's general. You know, the Death in reverse does denote that this isn't necessarily energies or people leaving your life, but they're being called for restructuring. There's not a whole lot of equilibrium or equal balance. You know, this could also be the people around you, the people you hold close to you, are kind of in this energy of like, ah! So all the more important to go into this hermit mode and really decipher what is and isn't yours. Okay. So I feel like part of this Hermit and this Eight of Wands here, you have important messages to deliver that can help others. You know, I do feel like going into this Hermit mode too could also enlighten you to those in your atmosphere, right? People you love, people you care about, people that you're with on a consistent basis. I feel like you could also get a lot of useful downloads and insights on how to work with and around them in a way that facilitates the highest and best good for everybody. There's this feeling of responsibility here, like responsibility on you, and I want to change it from like obligation to revered responsibility, but it does feel like there's a lot being asked of you right now. And to rise to that occasion, I'm hearing to go into hermit mode, connecting with your guides, meditate, all of that good stuff, and come out of it swinging into full alignment, restructure the dynamics, the personal relationship dynamics that are currently around you, whether it's work, personal, both, family, whatever that is, so that everyone can be on equal footing and evenly keeled. Okay, my Cancerians? I so hope that this helped and resonated. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I know this was another short one, but it was just like bap, 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 bap. Also, just thank you so much for being here. As always, just thank you so much for being you and just be well. Of course, my darlings. Until next time.